Teen dating violence is not an unfamiliar topic for 14-year-old Stephanie Francisco. Stephanie witnessed her friend being abused by her boyfriend. As a result, Stephanie advised her friend to leave him.
She didn't listen to what he said, so he would abuse her, he'll tell her, he'll smack her around and just tell her to sit down, and then he'll just talk to her.
Many people believe that domestic violence is only common among adults, but reports show otherwise. In fact, 1 out of 5 teens experience domestic violence in the United States.
This happens a lot. It's not rare to see teenagers having problems.
Lisa Porras of the Public Advocate's Office is concerned for students in public schools because of the lack of programs geared to create domestic violence awareness.
It's upsetting, especially that domestic violence has gotten so much more attention over the years, that there's not being more done in schools now.
Teens agree that domestic violence programs are needed in schools to change teen domestic violence statistics.
If they have classes, then teenagers will learn more, because some of them, they don't know. They just think that their boyfriend still loves them, is hitting them and all that, but they don't know that he's just abusing them. They don't know that he's doing that. They just know that he loves her, and that's it.
It would change so many lives. It would change the way other people act towards other people.
Although the experts believe schools need to do more, 13-year-old Aramas Martinez is skeptical about how teachers will respond.
Teachers wouldn't hardly do anything because that's not really school related, so they should have programs for the teen.
The experts agree that if teachers do not have the proper training, they will be ineffective.
One of the most striking things about what the schools aren't doing is they're lacking a comprehensive plan of what to do when a young person does speak up about being in a violent relationship. If they finally do, get the courage to report something to school to say, this guy is beating me up. The school doesn't have a policy on how they're going to handle that. They handle it, they say, on a case-by-case basis, but that young person, they need to know what's going to happen to them.
By law, only a person who has a child in common with the abuser are eligible for a family court order of protection. The only alternative for victims is to get an order of protection for criminal court. If these courts do not help, these teens can try to transfer out of school, or they could go to programs geared to help domestic violence victims.
Break the Cycle in particular specializes in providing legal services for teenage survivors of dating violence. So they would be a really great resource for a young person who's looking for help.
Christina Alex of the Office to Combat Domestic Violence says that there are signs to watch to detect an abusive lover.
It would start out as maybe name calling or someone putting you down, trying to maybe putting down your friends, isolating the person so that they're only in the abuser's world. Think, oh, if my friend is experiencing violence, I should tell them to just leave. But that's actually not the best advice, because leaving is the most dangerous time for a victim.
Daisy, who has a boyfriend, urges teens in a violent relationship to get help.
Go to your counselor. Tell your parents, anybody a teacher, to help you out. If you see this problem is, increasing, you gotta let it stop.
Remember Stephanie? That is exactly what she told her friend, but she admits the whole experience has made her less trusting.
It does make it hard for me to trust any boy, because if it happens to your friend, like you and your friend may have the same thing in common, and then once you find out that it happened to her, it could happen to you, and you're just thinking about it all the time.
These teens blame the angry youth for continuing dating violence.
A lot of teens don't really know how to control their temper, and they think they're already adults, so they can do whatever they feel like.
Guys mostly, because they're the ones that give most of the trouble to the girls.
Day Atkins wants the cycle of domestic violence to end.
America is not only here in your only little city, it's everywhere, and it has to stop.